Welcome to Peak Selects. Most people go to work expecting a normal day. They clock in, do the job, and come home. But for some workers, one small mistake can change everything. A loose rope, a wrong step, a tired driver, a machine that jams at the wrong moment, a storm that appears too fast, a roof tile that breaks, a trench wall that collapses. In these jobs, danger is not rare. It is part of the environment. This video is not about movie-style action. These are real jobs done by real people every day. They build our roads, deliver our goods, collect our waste, repair our power lines, catch our food, and work in places most of us would never want to stand for even 5 minutes. Today, we are counting down 10 jobs where one mistake can kill you. Number 10. Farmers and agricultural workers. Farming may look peaceful from the outside. Open fields, tractors, animals, fresh air. But agriculture is one of the most dangerous industries in the world. Farmers work with heavy machines, sharp equipment, large animals, chemicals, extreme weather, and long hours. A tractor can roll over. A grain silo can trap someone. A machine can pull in clothing before the worker has time to react. And unlike a factory or an office, farms are often far from emergency help. If something goes wrong in a field, medical support may not arrive quickly. The danger is not always dramatic. Sometimes it comes from routine. A worker has done the same task hundreds of times, so they become comfortable. That is when the risk becomes worse. One distracted moment around a moving machine can be enough. Farming feeds the world, but behind every harvest, there are workers doing a job where the environment can turn deadly very fast. Number 9. Truck drivers. Truck driving is one of the most important jobs in the modern world. Food, fuel, electronics, medicine, construction materials, almost everything we use spends time on a truck. But driving a heavy truck is not like driving a normal car. A fully loaded truck is massive. It takes longer to stop, it is harder to control, and a small mistake at highway speed can become fatal. Truck drivers face long hours, bad weather, traffic, mechanical problems, blind spots, and pressure to deliver on time. Even when the driver does everything right, other drivers on the road can still create danger. The biggest threat is simple: the road itself. A moment of tiredness, one wrong lane change, one car cutting too close in front, 1 second looking away. That is all it takes. The scary part is that truck drivers do not just risk their own lives. Because of the size and weight of the vehicle, one accident can affect everyone around them. It is a job built on responsibility, patience, and constant attention. Number 8. Underground miners. Mining has always been one of humanity's most dangerous jobs. Underground miners work below the surface, surrounded by rock, dust, darkness, heavy equipment, and limited escape routes. The risks are serious: cave-ins, explosions, toxic gases, flooding, machinery accidents, and long-term lung damage from dust exposure. When something goes wrong underground, there is no easy exit. A miner cannot simply walk away from danger. They may be hundreds of meters below the surface, in narrow tunnels, depending on ventilation systems, communication equipment, and the stability of the ground above them. One wrong cut into unstable rock can cause a collapse. One spark near gas can cause an explosion. One equipment failure can trap people deep underground. Mining gives the world metals, coal, minerals, and materials used in buildings, batteries, phones, vehicles, and energy systems. But every tunnel is a reminder: under the earth, the margin for error is very small. Number 7. Waste and recycling collectors. Most people do not think of garbage collection as deadly. But waste and recycling workers face risks every single day. They work near moving traffic, heavy trucks, compacting machinery, sharp objects, broken glass, chemicals, biological waste, and unpredictable materials thrown away by people who never think about what happens next. A waste collector may be standing at the back of a truck while cars pass just a few feet away. They may lift heavy bins hundreds of times a day. They may handle bags containing needles, metal, chemicals, or dangerous objects hidden inside. The truck itself is also a hazard. Compactors use extreme force. If a worker gets caught in the wrong place, the result can be fatal. This job is dangerous because the worker has very little control over what they encounter. Every bag could contain something harmless, or something that can cut, infect, poison, crush, or explode. Waste collectors keep cities functioning. Without them, streets would become unsafe within days. Number 6. Aircraft pilots and flight engineers. Commercial flying is extremely safe for passengers because aviation is built on strict systems, training, maintenance, and rules. But for pilots and flight engineers, especially in smaller aircraft, cargo flights, rescue operations, remote areas, and difficult weather, the job can still be dangerous. Pilots are responsible for machines moving at high speed, high altitude, with no room for panic. They must think clearly during mechanical problems, storms, low visibility, fuel issues, communication errors, and emergency landings. The danger is not only in the sky. Takeoff and landing are some of the most critical parts of flight. A wrong calculation, poor weather judgment, or mechanical failure can become deadly very quickly. For pilots working in remote areas, the risks can be even higher. They may fly over mountains, forests, oceans, or isolated regions where emergency landing options are limited. One mistake in aviation is rarely small. That is why pilots train again and again for situations they hope never happen. They do not just fly the aircraft. They manage risk every second. Number 5. Structural iron and steel workers. Look at a skyscraper, a bridge, or a stadium. Before it becomes a finished structure, someone has to stand on the steel frame. Structural iron and steel workers build the skeletons of massive buildings. They work high above the ground, often on narrow beams, surrounded by cranes, cables, wind, welding equipment, and heavy steel parts. A normal workplace mistake at ground level may cause an injury, but on a steel frame dozens of stories in the air, a mistake can be fatal. One loose harness, one missed step, one unexpected gust of wind, one beam moving at the wrong angle. The job requires balance, strength, timing, communication, and trust. Workers depend on the crane operator, the signal person, the safety gear, and the person next to them. There is also the mental side. Many people cannot even look down from that height. These workers have to perform difficult physical tasks while standing in places most people would freeze. They build the structures cities depend on, but they do it in an environment where gravity is always waiting. Number 4. Roofers. Roofers work in one of the most obvious danger zones, above the ground, often on steep surfaces. They deal with heights, slippery materials, extreme heat, wind, tools, ladders, fragile surfaces, and unstable footing. A roof can look safe from below, but once you are standing on it, everything changes. The surface may be angled. The material may shift. A tile can break. A ladder can move. Rain, dust, or ice can make the surface slippery. Heat can cause exhaustion and poor judgment. One step backward without looking can be enough. Roofers also carry materials and tools while moving across dangerous surfaces. That makes balance even harder. The danger is not only falling from a tall building. Even a fall from a lower roof can be deadly if the worker lands badly. What makes roofing especially dangerous is repetition. A roofer may spend years climbing up and down buildings, and after enough time, the height can start to feel normal. But the risk never becomes normal. Every roof is different, every surface has its own danger, and every mistake happens fast. Number 3. Construction workers. Construction is not one job. It is many dangerous jobs happening in the same place. A construction site can include cranes, trucks, power tools, electricity, trenches, scaffolding, heavy materials, unfinished floors, moving equipment, and dozens of workers doing different tasks at once. That is why communication is so important. If one person makes a mistake, someone else can pay for it. One of the most dangerous construction tasks is trenching. A trench can collapse in seconds, and soil is much heavier than people realize. A worker trapped under collapsed earth may not be able to breathe or move. Falling objects are another major danger. A tool dropped from above can become deadly. A load lifted by a crane can swing. A wall can fail. A vehicle can back up into a worker who did not hear it coming. Construction workers build homes, roads, tunnels, bridges, schools, and hospitals. But they often work in unfinished environments, where the safety of the place is still being created. That is the strange reality of construction. Workers are building stable structures while standing inside unstable conditions. One ignored warning can become a disaster. Number 2. Commercial fishing workers. Commercial fishing is one of the most dangerous jobs on Earth. It combines heavy machinery, freezing water, sharp equipment, unstable decks, long hours, bad weather, and isolation. Fishing boats can be far from land. If someone is badly injured, help may not arrive quickly. If someone falls overboard in cold water, every second matters. The ocean is not predictable. A calm day can turn into a storm. A wave can hit the deck. A cable can snap. A net can pull with extreme force. A worker can slip, fall, or get dragged by equipment. Fatigue makes everything worse. Fishing crews may work long shifts with little sleep because the job depends on timing, weather, and the catch. On land, a tired worker might make a mistake and recover. At sea, a tired mistake can be fatal. The boat is moving. The deck is wet. The weather changes. The machinery is powerful. The water is cold. The nearest hospital may be hours away. Commercial fishing provides food for millions of people, but the people doing it face a workplace that can become deadly without warning. Number 1. Logging workers. At number 1, we have logging workers. Logging sounds simple, cutting down trees. But in reality, it is one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. Logging workers operate chainsaws, heavy machines, cables, trucks, and cutting equipment in forests where the ground is uneven and the surroundings are unpredictable. The main danger is the tree itself. A falling tree can weigh several tons. Once it begins to fall, there is no pause button. If it falls the wrong way, if a branch snaps, if the ground shifts, or if another tree is hit on the way down, the situation can become fatal instantly. There is even a deadly danger called a widowmaker, a loose branch or broken part of a tree that can fall without warning. Logging also happens in remote areas. That means emergency help may be far away. Terrain can be steep, muddy, icy, or filled with obstacles. The work requires judgment, experience, and constant awareness. Where will the tree fall? Is the wind changing? Is the trunk under pressure? Is there a hidden crack? Is the escape path clear? One wrong answer can kill. Logging gives the world wood for homes, furniture, paper, tools, and thousands of products. But behind that material is a job where nature, machinery, gravity, and timing all collide. That is why logging deserves the #1 spot. These jobs are dangerous, but they are also necessary. The point is not that people should avoid hard work. The point is that many workers take serious risks so modern life can continue. They deliver our goods, build our cities, repair our systems, harvest our food, collect our waste, fly our cargo, mine our materials, catch our seafood, cut the timber used in our homes. Most of the time, we never see the risk. We only see the result. So the next time you pass a construction site, see a truck on the highway, fly in a plane, eat fish, throw away a trash bag, or walk under a tall building, remember this: some jobs are not dangerous because people are careless. They are dangerous because the environment gives workers almost no room for error. One mistake can kill you. And in these jobs, every safe day is a success. Thanks for watching Peak Selects. If you want more videos like this, subscribe and watch the next one.